Hey everybody, what's up? It's Michellechanel here, and today I'm going to be filming for you guys my brow tutorial. We're just going to get into the brows, and I'm going to give you guys a few tips that I use and a few tricks, and of course share with you all the products that I use, because it ain't just one, because I ain't got no brows. So I need all the products I can to create a brow. Okay? So the first thing you want to make sure is that your eyebrow is actually groomed. It doesn't matter how, you know what I'm saying, how cool you may feel, you know, your eyebrow needs to be groomed. It makes your brow after filling in look better. For me personally, I don't really wax my brow. I don't go get them waxed. I groom them myself with an eyebrow razor that I get from my hair store here. We got a lot of them here because, you know, I'm in the country, so we got hair stores in these parts, you know what I'm saying? Like, you should be able, truly, Amazon, like, you should be able to get this. What I do is I make sure that all my eyebrow hairs are like combed through, making sure they're up in the front end of my brow and then more outward on the tail of them, the tail that I do, you know, possess, the little, you know, it's always up in the front. It's a better look for the brow, and then I make sure they're just up and outward on the end of them. I don't know if you can tell, I do have a few hairs here that are just under the main line of my brow, and those are the hairs that I get rid of. And I just get that crisp as I can possibly get it. Just by a matter of cleaning up your brow will cause for a better looking brow. And I'm not saying that you can't have a lot of hair in your brows, because I wish I had a lot of hair in my brows. Let's just get this, let's start here. But I don't, so having them cleaner causes my fill-in to look even better. And of course I clean in between my brows too, okay? And then I don't usually go in so deeply on the top of my brows, but what I do make sure, because I have like a full hairline, I don't know if y'all can tell, but it's a lot. And it's like really close to my brow. What I do make sure is that my brow and my hairline, because it's about right here, is not connecting. Because they will get to connecting. For real. There will be hair, you know what I'm saying? So I have to nip that. If you're like me and you have oily brows, like my brows get really oily, no matter what product I choose to put on them, my product will start slipping off because my brows get so oily. So I actually take a mattifying primer and I put it in my brows and I massage it through until my brows are just not slippery, oily. Obviously I have already moisturized my skin, so my brows are not as dry as I like them to be. I like my brows and my brow products to have a bit of a tug, just like feel more waxy, so it feels like it's gonna stick and stay. Because nothing is worse than, you know, having sparse brows like mine and then they're gone and your face is beat, but your brow is, daughter, what's wrong with your brow? This is the Benefit Professional Matte Rescue Primer, and it's actually a gel. And I just bought this and I just started using it. I really like it. I think I'm going to start using this to replace my Becca, just to be trying something new, because I've been looking for mattifying primers. So I found this one. So yeah, I'm going to start using this and see how this works with my brow. So far, so good. I'm going to go back in and get my hairs in the right place. And once you put your primer on, you should feel that tug. And I just really love that feeling because I feel like my brows are going to stay. I have my guide already here. So basically we're going to go from this to this, which I think is one of my best jobs. And I did it quickly this time. So, because y'all know, it about 20 minutes to do a brow. I'm just saying. First product I'm going to go in with will be used on the majority of my brow basically. And this is the ColourPop Precision Brow Pencil in the color Black Brown. I use Black Brown because black is not an option for anyone, okay? It doesn't matter. It may look like it's close to black, but just going in with a stark black. Unless it's something like a look editorial, you know, Halloween, something like that, cool. But like day to day, like Black Brown, if you have dark hair, you know, black brown It's usually the best option. And what I'm going to do is start by filling in the tail of my brow first. I'm not starting with the beginning of my brow because, believe it or not, the beginning of your brow needs to have the least amount of product in there. Like this up here, it needs to be the least amount of product. You should be able to see your hairs up here. The least amount. So going in, and I'm going to start by literally doing brush strokes on the tail. And this is just really the moment to define the tail. Everybody's brow shape is different. I know we see a lot of brows on Instagram that look really cool, so we want to put that on our face, but that brow is not for your face shape. So you can't do it like that. You have to know where the shape of your brow is leading to, and just don't go overboard ever. You know what I'm saying? Just keep it to where it's a wearable brow. And it should never be too harsh. Brows should just never be harsh, in my opinion. Like, they should be nice and fluffy and, you know, nice and easy. And sometimes I do go overboard, I'm not even going to lie. But today I just want to be very careful, just because I just want to let you guys know that the bigger the brow doesn't mean it's better. Like, big brows on certain faces, come on, like, whoa, it can get a little, you know, scary. So I have my tail out here. Now I am going to make this as dark as possible, only because I do have gaps, so I don't want there to be too many gaps visible. You know, I try to do that the best that I can. And as you can see, it is uneven. It's not a straight, precise line, but we're going to handle that. Trust me. So I have this here. I extended my tail the slightest bit, and I'm going to keep bringing it in. Not touching the front yet, though. So bring it in. I'm going to even this line, get that as even as I can to match my hairs. This is not trying to put a whole new brow on yours. No. It's filling in your brow. Okay. The next product I use is the Anastasia Beverly Hills Dip Brow in the shade Ebony. I take an angled brush that is very skinny. Very skinny. I'm just going to dip this in here a few times. Just like that. And what I need from this is hair-like strokes in the front. You're not going to completely fill in the front of your brow. That's the quickest way to get worms on your face. And you don't want a worm, just this hard worm that is just one shade of brown or one shade of black or whatever your color may be. No, that's not what you want. You want a gradient effect, you know, light to dark, but you don't want it to be light dark. You want it to be gradient. So I'm going to take this, and what I'm going to do, let me make sure you guys can see. I'm going to go in the front of my brow, taking the angle, using that, and I'm going to create hair-like strokes in the front of my brow to create the illusion of more hair in the front of my brow. And that is all I'm going to do in the front of my brow. That's it. That's it. Done. We're here. We've reached destination. Using the same brush, I'm going to go in and carve out the brow now to make it nice and, you know, like that. You know? Yeah. What I use as of now, or that I have in front of me, because any highlighting concealer can be used, and you don't want to go too bright. You don't want to go too bright. You don't want to go too bright. The concealer you use under your brow should be a little lighter so your brow can pop, because I like my brow to pop. You know what I'm saying? But it doesn't need to be too bright. It doesn't need to be too bright. I'm using the ColourPop concealer, and this is the shade, if I'm not mistaken, this is Deep 70. I forgot what color, but taking some just off the tip of the applicator. I'm not going to start from the beginning of my brow. No. I'm going to start from the middle of my brow and start carving that out, creating a nice defined line. You don't need a lot of concealer to do this. You don't want all the concealer to just be, no. You don't need a lot of concealer to do it. And for me, as far as my eyebrow shape, this is really where it comes in, as far as what you want your shape to be. I like my brows to go out a little straight. I don't like too much of a bend. It's not really me. I like it to I like my brows to go out that way, so I'm just going to do a little bit of a straighter line And that's just my preference. It's just what I think flatters me. You know, I already have a hooded eye, so I kind of put it out that way. So when I go in for eyeshadow, I can just really do my thing. And I'm going to go in and start carving out the front of the brow very lightly. I'm not using a lot of concealer for this, y'all. I promise y'all. Look. I'm telling y'all, don't OD on the brows. Don't OD on the brows. It is carved. That is good stuff. I'm telling you. The brow is everything. So I'm going to pull out my Maybelline Matte and Poreless Foundation. And this is my dark shade. You don't want a highlighting concealer around the top of your brow. No, 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 no. That is the quickest way to get halo brow. And halo brow is when it looks like there is a white or stark, too light for your skin tone shade around your entire brow. Not over here in Michellechanel fam. We will not. Okay? We will have good looking brows over here. And you know what I'm saying? That's the ultimate goal. And I'm going to start in the middle of my brow as usual and start carving that out. And this is basically my skin color, you know? You don't want no halo brow, guys. It's not cute in pictures. We go out, we go to the club, we take pictures, we need a flash, you know? Especially as ebonies. We need a flash. You know what I'm saying? So you just don't wanna look like that. Girl. Here I'm gonna take a fluffy blending brush and I'm gonna blend out any harsh lines left from the top and from the bottom of the brow. Alright, so we're going to make sure all those harsh lines are gone. Okay? For my next product, this may come as a shock, but it is what it is. Shock, here we come. This is the L'Oreal Telescopic Carbon Black Mascara, and I use this in my brows. Yes, 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 yes I do. Kyra Knox's channel, she's been doing this forever. And when she did it, I was like, that is exactly what I need on my brow. Because my hairs are sparse and I need them to look thicker. You want them to look lengthening. You want to look like they have a little more volume. You want them to stand out more to make it seem as though our brows are not as sparse as they are. Mascara. That's what they do for your lashes. They can do it for your brow hair. I mainly use this in the front of my brow because I don't want it to look like we just went in so heavily. You don't, no. Okay, you guys, thank you so much for tuning in to my brow tutorial. This is how I get my brows, they say on fleek. I like to say correct because my brows are naturally incorrect. So you have to correct them. I'm just saying. This is how I get my brows to the way that I like them. A nice shape, a nice defining in the front. You don't want them harsh. You don't want them to look like they're all one shade. I am feeling it. I'm feeling it. I'm feeling it. But thank you guys so much for tuning in. A Valentine's Day tutorial will be up next. I'm probably going to do that now because I, bare face. So, I hope you guys learned something. I hope you understood why it is I do what I do with my brows. And just the way you just want to get them to look. You will not get this on one try. You will, even if you have perfected it, you will make mistakes some days. You will look back at pictures and just be like, girl, what's wrong with your brow? I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please tune in for my next one. Like, comment, subscribe, share the video, help everybody out because brows will not be a problem for us. We will get the look we desire on our brows. If you guys have any questions, leave them down below. I love you guys, and I hope to see you in the next video. Okay? Bye. When y'all walk up to me, you're going to be like, oh, girl. Girl, it's hair in the front of your brow. It is. You got hair over there. Are your eyebrows growing? What are you using on your brows to make your hairs grow? That's all we're going to do. Hair-like strokes in the front of the brow. Hair-like strokes in the front of the brow. Sing it. Hair-like strokes in the front of the brow. Hair-like strokes in the brow. That's what we're going to do.